Hey everybody, this is Brian with the Instructional Technology Coordinator team. In this video, we're going to take a look at how the addition of an iPad, as we think about this idea of virtual teaching and live streaming, can really enhance what happens for your students at home. So I want you to imagine for just a moment that you are the student at home in this recording, and you are virtually entering my classroom. I've also got students in my face-to-face environment. So I've got this high flex environment where I'm teaching you and I'm teaching them here. And for the sake of argument today, we're in an English class where we're talking about a thesis statement. So I'm going to show you what your experience might be if you're a student at home and I'm using some traditional methods, and then how bringing the iPad in as an addition to this, the iPad that is connected to my MacBook and that I could share with you, might enhance that experience. So we're going to shift gears quickly. I'm the English teacher at this point. I'm teaching about thesis statements for you today. I'm really primarily doing this because this is how I've always done this. I write the thesis statement up here on top of the board. So I've got it written out here. Let me get a better marker. So we're talking about the idea of a selfie, and we're talking about how it can create encouraging creative thinking, inspiring confidence. Okay. All right, so then I'm giving some instruction to the students here. I might even be so bold as to come back and talk to you here at home as well from time to time. And so what I'd like you to do is focus on where are the verbs in this, right? So we have you maybe doing some of that kind of work, whatever, okay? So I want you to evaluate now for just a moment as an at-home viewer, how much of that board you can see, how much of me being present in the shot is important. Now I'm going to show you my next setup. So I have my iPad here connected, got a little bit of a stand set up. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but I've got my iPad connected with the charging cable. Now I'm going to shift gears for just a moment, and I'm going to bring that same concept to you on my iPad. So I am in WebEx, and I am going to start a screen share of my iPad. So you should be able to see this now. Now we have one additional challenge. You should be able to see this quite well at home. So I've used Notability in this case, and I have written right on Notability so that I can annotate this. Of course, this introduces a challenge for my students in the classroom. So what I'm going to do at the same time is I am going to Airplay up for my students in the classroom to see. So they can see what I'm writing. I've solved that dilemma. And I've also solved the dilemma of the students at home being able to see a little bit more of what's going on as we work forward. So now I can do my instruction in very much the same way I was before, but instead I can do things like zooming in. I can use different pens if I need to highlight. But you can see the clarity just a little bit better as a student at home when I take notes using that iPad. Now, we do have some people who will say that they don't necessarily like to write on the iPad. They prefer paper, and that's okay. Using the same setup that I've got here, which is my iPad hardwired in, screen sharing, and using my Apple TV back here, I'm going to turn on my camera on the iPad. So if you're somebody who prefers, get that out of the way, you're somebody who prefers the act of physically writing on paper, and you want students at home to see and the students at school to see, you can see I've got it on my TV here. The students here can see. I also have the ability for students at home to see as well. So we can get there a number of ways once we connect the iPad and make that a part of the instructional practice when we're doing the live streaming component and enhancing it for both the students here at school and the students at home. If this concept of hardwiring your Mac, and I'm gonna, to your iPad, is concerning for you, and you're not exactly sure if you're able to do it, I promise you, with just a couple of clicks and a good instructional video, you'll be able to get your iPad with the charging cable connected to your Mac, and we can get you up and running. So hopefully that'll help you get started as you think about how to improve that virtual streaming component of your classroom.